It's fun up here at Villa Roma, huh, Stephen J?
We're in the thick of things right now, especially on a busy Friday. But first, we want to thank DJ Bobby Blackjack for this awesome setup. I mean, this is really a great studio that we have here. And if you know Doc Holliday, you follow him on any social media, you know that everything that he does is meant to promote Villa Roma and all the activities that we do and all the awesome acts that come with it. But with DJ Bobby Blackjack's help and Doc's collaboration as well, we have a brand new studio where we can kind of come in here, kind of bolt out some ideas and give the best content to our Villa Roma guests here, so we can let you know about everything really that's coming up each week. And we'll be previewing week 29.
Yes.
But we'll also kind of be previewing the summer so far. This is the launch. The studio just opened right now, so we just cut the red ribbon out front. So pretty much we're recapping the summer so far, and this will probably be like a weekly episode. So if you have a timeshare week here this summer, and pretty much throughout the year, and you want to know what's coming up for the week, whether it's activities, whether it's specific acts that are coming through, or what's just going on in the hallways of Villa Roma, this podcast, this episode is for you. So Doc, I'm thrilled to be here in the new studio. The lighting looks great with you.
Unbelievable. And if you don't know where we are, we're just down from the gift shop, and it's the old kids camp, I believe, Bobby, huh? It's the old kids camp room.
Well, funny story from Joel at the front desk. This is called the alpaca room, even though they sold alpaca stuff here for like 5 days. The name stuck. So it's the alpaca room for some reason.
So this is the Alpaca Podcast. And so if you're here a specific week and you see Doc and I talking to each other here and you're walking through, please feel free to say hi. Kind of like, the Today Show, when you see people walking down New York City and they're just waving through the window. We have that going on right now.
Yes.
And so we're glad to be here. Like we said, this is the new launch of the Villa Roma Television Studios. And we got a lot of awesome content just in the nick of time, Doc, because summer is in full swing right now.
Full swing. We're in week 28 right now. Of course, it's Friday. We just had Caesars night last night. It was packed up there. The Knights of Columbus are here back home at Villa Roma for the weekend. And, of course, the backbone of Villa Roma, timeshare week 28 with wonderful families and having a great time, Stephen J.
Week 28 has been a blast. Last night we had our family show at 8 o'clock and then our XXX comedy night at 10 o'clock. And Doc, I think that we've had a lot of great Thursday family shows. One that's going to be returning next week, but we won't get to that. But yesterday, Gemini,
unbelievable. He had them rolling last night. I saw a lot of new material from Gemini. I was quite surprised at the reaction from the crowd, Stephen J. They were rolling.
It was a positive reaction, and he put on a great family show that really sets the tone for the weekend, because a lot of people come up here just for, whether it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and check out Sunday, or they just do half a week. And that family show is really a great time because, there's some not adult comedy shows, but there's comedians on Monday or maybe Tuesday that, maybe kids aren't comfortable with. So when you start off a great Thursday, head into the weekend with Gemini, and he did a great family show. I mean, you hit the ground running there. So you've had Gemini this past week, and of course, we're in the swing with Villa Roma's Got Talent. We just finished up week 4.
Yes, what great talent. Gianna Sanzone capped off what a wonderful show, and just great talent. Anakin played a 7-year-old to play the piano. You can see that live on my Facebook. What a great night.
It really was, and we have a lot of great talent that's going to be coming back in November, and we still have some great talent that's going to be coming through in these next couple weeks until September for Villa Roma's Got Talent.
I want to give a shout out. He just left. He got all the way to Dunkin' Donuts on 17B and realized he left something in the room. Fred Rubino, what a great show last night, the adult comedy show. And we found out some things about Freddie just recently, that he loves birds. He loves doves and little birds. And what a great guy, Fred Rubino. We wish you well, Freddie.
Yeah, the king of Brooklyn, Fred Rubino. And every Thursday, our XXX comedy night, it's resuming this summer. It's in Marty's Lounge. Specific price, you get it up at the front desk. You get tickets for it. Only 16 and 17 this year, right?
16 and 17 with a parent, so that's a grandparent or a parent. and 18 and older.
Hey, real quick, I just want to interject real quick, fellas. We learned something this week also. Gemini and Fred Rubino were classmates. Gemini was the class president.
No, he was the school president.
School president.
At Nazareth.
At Nazareth.
In Brooklyn.
So they were actually, they were actually friends for a long time, which we didn't know until yesterday.
That's right, and they got to see each other after a long time away since high school, and they really hit it off, Bobby. What great guys.
Oh yeah, and they definitely put on a great Thursday show, and we got a great weekend coming up. Like you said, we got the Knights of Columbus here, and but when we were talking about this past summer so far, because we're kind of reviewing the summer and previewing Week 29, we've also had some even better acts that come through. We had the Bronx Wanderers here not too long ago.
Bronx Wanderers, they rocked the house 2 times, July 5th and the following weekend. But they'll be back on August 23rd. And already people are reserving rooms just to come back to see the Bronx Wanderers. What a great act. And it's not an hour show, Stephen J. It's like it goes on, and the people are up and they're dancing and screaming and singing, and all ages. So that's what really hits with me, is that you have the kids as well as the older folks, and everybody in between love the Bronx Wanderers.
Pretty much from 5 to 95 was the age range for the Bronx Wanderers, and that July 5th show, I mean, my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen between, my short time being here in the last few summers, I have not seen the Forum nightclub that filled to the brim, ever.
To the brim.
I mean, there was standing room going back towards the double doors. Everything was filled. The Tivoli was filled. We had to bring in extra chairs into the nightclub. And even after we brought in the extra chairs, there were still people standing behind them, crowds of people. And the Bronx Wanderers put on a great show. And like you said, Doc, they'll be returning when?
August 23rd, Bronx Wanderers right here at Villa Roma Resort. Reserve now 800-533-6767. Villa Roma.
Yeah, and not only the Bronx Wanderers, but we've had awesome comedians like Jeff Norris.
Jeff Norris from Brick, New Jersey. There's some folks from Brick here for the first time at Villa Roma this week. And everyone loves Jeff Norris, and what a great guy.
He always brings the house down either on, usually a Friday or Saturday. We end the week off with Jeff Norris just from how strong his performance is. And not only Jeff Norris, but we've had also more great comedians come in. A fairly new, I'm going to quote new here because it's been a while since he's performed at the Villa Roma in 20 years, but the last 2 weeks we've had Tony Darrow.
Tony Darrow knocked it out of the park 2 weeks in a row. And great stuff. Writer for Saturday Night Live, Tonight Show, Tony Darrow.
But not the Sopranos, Tony Darrow.
No, not the actor. This is the comedian. Now, he's been around a while. What a great delivery. He's quick on his feet. And the people, they really like this guy.
Definitely. He was here, 2 weeks ago, and he was so good we had to bring him back the following week. We went Monday and Monday. And, I mean, talk about a strong way to start off the week. Tony Darrow, a great comedian, and he's not too dirty, which is great. He's just a stand-up guy, and we've been so lucky to have him the last 2 weeks, and we have more great talent coming here through at the Villa Roma. It's been a great summer, Doc. We got some new activities. We have some returning faces. Our returning faces...
Well, we want to make sure that one of the returning acts with a 7-piece band. Now, you might have seen him with some local musicians. He brought his band up from Florida, Peter Lemongello Jr., tonight, 9:30. I'll be hosting that show. Stephen J., we're looking forward to it. People up dancing. This is, I call it a super group. They have these, the sax player. Out of the park, Stephen J.
They play the part. They look the part. People love their music. They're an electric act. On a Friday night, you got to have something that's really going to get the crowd active, whether that's a comedian that's going to have them rolling on the floor, whether it's a super group that's going to have them dancing and singing along. You just got to bring the energy on a Friday night, really keep the energy through the weekend. And Peter Lemongello Jr. and his band definitely going to knock it out of the park tonight. That's all hosted by Doc Holliday.
And tomorrow night, Stephen J. will take the stage to host. I haven't seen him. But I read about him, and I Googled him Rick Corso tomorrow night. That's Comedy Club night, 16 and older, parental discretion advised. I'm looking forward to it, Stephen J., and I want a full report. Rick Corso. That'll be tomorrow night. And that's followed up each and every night, except for Sunday night, by DJ Bobby Blackjack up on the mezzanine. And that's where the party continues. We call it the after party.
The after party.
So after that, you head upstairs, and then you party to the wee hours. I say take a power nap, and we do it all again, domani, tomorrow. And that's the way we roll here at Villa Roma.
That's the only way we know how to roll, is to keep the party going. And with that, talking about some familiar faces and talking about great talent, we're going to preview week 29 right now. And you mentioned DJ Bobby Blackjack. He'll be returning all summer, every night, from Monday to Saturday night, up on the mezzanine this year.
Up on the mezzanine. And then we have a little twist coming week 29 for the first time, and we'll get to that. But we want to mention someone that's been here over 40 years. She's a staple here at Villa Roma. She does the Barbie look-alike contest for everyone out at the pool. She does she dancing in the pool. Katrina Love. You gotta love
Katrina. And she'll be back again, and she just kind of gets better and better every year. Like a fine wine, she'll be out at the pool having fun with all the kids, saying hello to all the new faces, and of course saying hi to all the returning faces. Katrina Love back at the pool every day from pretty much 1 to 4.
1 to 4. And then she'll also be involved with Stephen J. with the canola eating contest. That'll be on Saturday, 16 and older. And we have a lot of fun things going on at the pool area this year. And we have the raw bar, and we have the pool grill, and the pool bar, and what a complex out there.
Complex. So we got DJ Bobby Blackjack returning every night up on the mezz. We got Katrina Love by the pool, and of course we got your favorite activities director Doc Holliday here throughout the whole summer. We got Joy. We got the whole activity staff ready to go. And starting off week 29 on Monday, Doc, comedy night in Callicoon, and it's not one shot, it's a double shot of comedy.
Double shot of comedy. This is coming direct from New York City style comedy club night, 16 and older. Parental discretion is advised. We have Joseph Anthony, tells it like it is, and get this, Stephen J., Carrie Louise.
Oh. So we got a double feature, Joseph Anthony and Carrie Louise. If you haven't seen either one of them, I mean, just one of them has been a headline comedian here at the Villa Roma. Somehow we got them back to back. One wasn't good enough. We got to start the week off even better and make it 2 in a row. So Joseph Anthony, Doc, he's an Italian, right? That's how we know and love him.
Yes.
And what can you tell us about Joseph Anthony? He's been here a few times at the Villa, right?
He's played both Marty's and the Forum nightclub. I know Joseph Anthony when I was at the Raleigh Hotel way back in 1998, and he's still a young guy. I mean, I'm 67. Joseph is much younger than me. His first daughter was just born. That's how long I know Joseph Anthony. What a great guy, and a good delivery, and it's going to be a double whammy. Double whammy.
Joseph Anthony, and he's headlined in Atlantic City, in New York City as well, just all over the comedy club strip. And then Carrie Louise, she has a name for herself. She's an incredible comedian, but that name sounds familiar because she's, I think, related to someone.
I think she's related to a comedian, some guy. He was on America's Got Talent. Yes. Tom Cotter, that's his name.
Yep.
The wife of Tom Cotter. What a great couple. They both performed. They performed together. And mentioning Tom Cotter, and I'm glad that you segued to that, Stephen J., is that Tom Cotter will be here August 31st. That's Labor Day weekend. This is a top-notch guy. I wish we could afford Tom a little more often up here at the Villa Roma, but it's already booked. Labor Day weekend, August 31st. Make your reservations now. Tom Cotter.
And this is what you're going to get here on this podcast and your weekly previews, is that Doc Holliday will be dropping little breadcrumbs, not just about the next week, but also in the following weeks to come, right? We got the Bronx Wanderers showing up at the end of August, Tom Cotter, Labor Day weekend.
Extreme Queen. Someone coming next week. We'll give it to you right now. Saturday night. He's a classic guy. Emil Stucchio and the Classics. It's going to be an unbelievable show, and that's another great, big, super group, what I like to call big dance band, and people up dancing, and this is music, Stephen J., as they will say, that you can understand every word that they're singing. It's not like music of today. It's the music of yesteryear, but the people and the ages, all ages, love it.
It's a charming group, and they bring the house down. It's the classics, but don't think that it's going to be the classics that'll lull you to sleep. They get you on your feet and dance, and you'll be dancing for so long that you don't even know what time it is. The show will be going on, and you'll be with your family having a great time. Emil Stucchio and the Classics, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Best way to finish off the week with a super band, a classic group. But you can't beat the Classics, Doc.
Not at all. And so we'll go right back, and we'll just go backwards here. We'll go right to Friday night. We'll get right to it. This is a good friend of mine. I remember him just when he first came to Villa Roma. What a nice guy. Chris Monti. A funny guy. On stage, off stage, a real guy. He just comes across as, this is it. This is real life. What a great guy. What do you think of Chris Monti, Stephen J.?
I've had the pleasure of seeing Chris Monti a few times, and you think that if you see a comedian a couple times, you might think that the act is the same or that it might get boring. Every time I see Chris Monti, somehow he gets better. He always changes up his act. He's just a great delivery. He's kind of like an old school comedian. He doesn't tell it too dirty. He dresses up great, and something out of like a classic movie that you see. His delivery and his style. Chris Monti is the best. Of course, him and Doc, super close, and you'll see them going back and forth on Instagram, and Doc definitely keeps them not too far away. Chris Monti.
That's right. Big horse player, Kentucky Derby guy, Belmont, Aqueduct, the
OTB.
Yeah, the OTB. Well, he's a Nyrick type of guy, but he's a handicapper, so he could break it down each and every furlong. Chris Monti, what a great guy. And we do, of course, the Kentucky Derby show, the preview. We've done it a couple of times right from here at Villa Roma. We put on the jackets, the colorful jackets, the hats. And I'm not a cigar guy, but what a great guy, Chris Monti.
And he's been everywhere from the Vegas Strip, right?
The cleanup crew, Jeff Norris and Chris Monti, the cleanup crew. That was right where the Bronx Wanderers had their residency.
South Coast?
Southwind? Or?
South Coast, something like that.
But Chris Monti, Friday night, comedy night in Callicoon on Friday. And if you want to just enjoy it with your husband or your wife, and you want to leave the kids behind, we got night care every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night this summer with Brittany in the North Room. If you don't know where the North Room is, it's across from the South Room. And so if you want to just enjoy it with your husband or wife and leave the kids behind, Friday night we'll have night care open so you can enjoy Chris Monti and an awesome comedy night. And this guy, he'll deliver. Doc gives him a rave review, and somehow he might even be underselling it. That's how good Chris Monti is. Going down the line to Thursday.
Thursday, the early family show. They're from the movie The Greatest Showman. They've been around the circus. They're from a circus family. And that's the Great Dubois. The Great Dubois, that's a team that comes in here, Michael and Victoria.
Yeah,
and they just are the best. You want to be up close for this show. I'll tell you what, right now, is when I'm closer watching them, you feel the excitement of all the different specialty acts that they do. Great show. Again, featured in the movie with Hugh Jackman. And that's the way to come at a family show. Just remember, it's Caesar's night. It's going to be very busy up there. Don't lose out on Caesar's night, make your reservations early in the week. It's going to sell out each and every week it has this summer. So get your reservations 4032, or just go right to the dining room when you get here and make those reservations. It's an 8:30 show, so you got to hurry it through. Music by Gordon George, Caesar's Night, Great Dubois. Then who's the Triple X show? We used to call it the Triple X show, but people think it's like a movie, but it's not. It's just no holds barred. No holds barred. Again, we call it adult comedy night. No holds barred. So parental discretion is advised, but 16 and 17 with a parent, any type of parent, and then 18 and above. And the tickets are $30. And who's here this week, Stephen J? He's been here this summer before.
Yes, he was here 2 weeks ago, Justin Silver, and he's a fairly, he looks young, but I was surprised to actually find out his age. But Justin Silver, he'll be returning. If you haven't heard of him, he's pretty much all over the New York City scene, just from jumping from comedy club to comedy club. He has his own comedy charity, too, for dogs. Fun with Fido, I think it's called, and he just puts on a great show. Pretty much will have you laughing for a whole hour. It's definitely worth your money. A lot of people wonder if it's, $30, that might be a lot for a comedy show. Worth every penny, Justin Silver, and he's got great material, works with the crowd, so you never know who might be in the crowd and who might be a part of the show.
That's right.
It's a great Thursday, whether it's the family show with the Great Dubois, and they were here on 4th of July.
4th of July, they were here.
You want to talk? Yeah, and you'll talk about fireworks outside. They brought the fireworks inside the Great Dubois, and whether it was Michael, who just anywhere from juggling to acrobatics to being on I don't want to spoil it all, but this is a family show. A lot of families each night they ask, "Can we bring the kids?" You want to bring your kids on Thursday. They'll be talking about it for the rest of the week. The Great Dubois. That's the family show, and then Justin Silver, headline comedian on Thursday. And like Doc said, tickets on sale at the front desk. Make sure you get them quick, because we're going to be in Marty's. That's going to be packed out.
And that's the only pay show of the week. The rest of the shows, as long as you're staying here, totally free. I even advertise to the outside, to the local community, so if any of our friends are watching from the local community, come on in. If you come in, you buy a drink, we're making out on the deal. Come in, you see a great show, and you have fun.
And just like we said with the Friday show, Night Care starts on Thursday. So if you and your wife or your husband paid $30 for tickets, and you know that your child isn't 16 or older, we got Night Care only $10 for 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. I always say it's cheaper than a Long Island babysitter. Imagine you're in Long Island, you pay $30 a ticket for a comedy show, and you pay a babysitter. I don't know what a babysitter makes, but this is $10 for 3.5 hours. That breaks down to a ridiculous low amount. Brittany, she's great with the kids. Linda will be there Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, right here at Villa Roma.
So we got a great lineup for Thursday. We mentioned Marty's Lounge, Doc. The entertainment on Wednesday, we're changing it up a bit. We always want to keep you on your toes. What can you tell us about our headliners Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, we're not going to be in the Forum nightclub. We're going to be old school Marty's Lounge, named after the owner of Villa Roma, Marty Pisanti, originally from Astoria, New York. We're going to go concert in Marty's Lounge, Bronx Expressway Band, featuring none other than Stephanie Rom. This band was here the first week of the summer, rocked the house. They went 2 hours solid. First week of the summer, people said, wow. So we're going to put it in Marty's. We're going to pack Marty's out. So you want to be in Marty's Wednesday night, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
And each day kind of has like a theme as far as the entertainment, whether it's Thursday and the family show, or Tuesday is, always the Villa Roma's Got Talent. Wednesday night here at the Villa always seems like the interactive show. And we always say here at the Villa Roma that the interactive show, we want to see you dancing, we want to see you singing. It's not just to sit down and watch the entertainment. You can be the entertainment as well and just have a great time with your family. Some people are maybe a little nervous or scared about going up and dancing or singing along with the music. That's what Wednesday night is for, It's a 2-hour show again in Marty's Lounge, and you're going to want to bring your dancing shoes. We put it in Marty's Lounge, and then right after the show, what do? You walk out the door, and you go up and you see DJ Bobby Blackjack up on the mez. That's how close it is. Fun is just feet away after our Wednesday show. The Bronx Expressway Band, Doc said that they were here at the summer, and they kicked it off right. And you're excited for them. This is going to be my first time seeing them, but just from what Doc says, I mean, Wednesday night, you're going to want to get there. We'll have the Marty's Lounge bar open too.
Yes.
So if you're not a good dancer, maybe you can have a drink, and then you might be a good dancer. Who knows? But it's going to be a good time Wednesday. And you already mentioned a little bit about Villa Roma's Got Talent on Tuesday. This isn't a new thing here at the Villa, right? Villa Roma's Got Talent.
13th season, Villa Roma's Got Talent. The weekly winners, the qualifiers, will come back. And this time it's in November, first part of November, for the finals for Villa Roma Bucks. And it's been great entertainment so far, Stephen J. And I'm looking forward. Week 29 always brings it. Week 28 was stellar.
Oh my goodness. And we've had some different acts make it through to the finals. We've had a lot of very talented singers. We've had a sing and dance combo, one on the piano and a dancer. And then we've had some really electric dancers here. So we've had a little variety of entertainment and contestants for Villa Roma's Got Talent. This is going to be week 5. I can't believe we're already in week 5 of Villa Roma's Got Talent.
5 of 10. So this is just about the halfway point. And the rest of the weeks, I just know each and every week. So it's just a contest that just never gets old.
Yep.
And these kids look forward to it. And it's not just kids, Stephen J. It's 13. You have to be 13 by the end of this year, and that's the minimum age. And then we even have something called the future.
The future of Villa Roma. So if you know that your child just has a dynamite talent and they want to showcase it, but you know that they're not old enough to be an eligible contestant, we've done a few once every show. We've had a segment called The Future of Villa Roma. 2 weeks ago we had young Carl Anthony.
Carl Anthony, the beatboxer. The young beatboxer, and what a dancer too. And I featured him on my Facebook. If you could look at some videos of Carl Anthony dancing, even during the Bronx Wanderers, I got Carl Anthony dancing on the live feed.
So we had Carl Anthony 2 weeks ago. Last week we had the Goldsteins.
The Goldsteins, and I said, girls, are you? These are 3 little girls, the Goldsteins, and I say, are you singers or are you dancers? They said, no. We're circus. So they put on a circus, Stephen J. Tell them about the Goldsteins.
It was a circus, and they're a member of their family who was their au pair. She was kind of the leader of the circus, and it was the 3 little girls. They couldn't have been older than like 5 or 6 years old. They were very little girls, and they did a circus routine where the au pair was throwing them in the air. They were doing somersaults and flips, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, just throwing these girls around, and it was an electric show. People didn't know what they were witnessing seeing this. The girls this young doing an awesome circus act, and that was a fantastic future show. Definitely when they come back, and they're gonna, when they're eligible, they'll be the people to beat. And then this past week for Villa Roma's Got Talent, we had young Anakin. And like Doc and I were telling each other earlier, each Futures show, it's different. It's a very different act, whether it's a circus, whether it's a beatboxer. And then we had young Anakin who, what did he do, Doc?
Oh, tickled the ivories. What a piano player. And that's on the live feed as well. I'm just inches away from the grand piano, right at the keyboard, and didn't even phase this young 7-year-old who just knocked it out of the park playing Andrew Rangel. Rush E is the name of the song. Unbelievable.
Self-taught, and again, a 7-year-old going up on stage playing the piano, just all eyeballs on him, and he didn't even flinch. And he's self-taught, and this kid just knocked it out of the park. He got a standing ovation at Villa Roma's Got Talent.
Standing ovation, 7 years old. And we're not saying that every act that is the future could perform in the show, but you would come on the Tuesday. at 1 o'clock, and it's an audition. So if they feel that you're good enough to be part of that segment, they take the best of the best from the week and they feature that one person. So yeah, Anakin he's going to be quite the performer.
Ironically, you mentioned Anakin. Right above you is Darth Vader. So
Yeah, right.
so that's a little bizarre from the first episode.
Well, his brother's name is Phoenix.
Anakin Phoenix.
I like
There
it.
you go. So we got some great young talent here at the Villa Roma. The future is bright, is what we always say. And 9:30 showtime for Villa Roma's Got Talent every week. 9 o'clock, DJ Coley up on the stage. So if you and the young ones just want to get down, you want to start dancing with the family, the floor is open for half an hour. It's all yours. We got some great music. We got some great fun. And if you want to be in the Villa Roma's Got Talent show, you got to be there at 1 o'clock on Tuesday in the Forum nightclub. Sign up with Joy. That's how you enter to be in the show at 9:30. And also Tuesday, before Villa Roma's Got Talent, our day show. It's a family show.
Well, this week. It's going to be on Wednesday. Stephen J.
Oh,
Tell us about it.
Tom Durnan.
Tom Durnan, Magic Tom Durnan. Again, what a great guy. And Tom just doesn't come to do a show at 2 o'clock. When he comes to Villa Roma, he comes early and he leaves late. Meaning that he comes and he knows everybody that's staying here. He meets them before that 2 o'clock show.
He works the crowd. So it's not going to be on Tuesday. It's going to be on Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock in Marty's Lounge. Another family show. And he does magic. He does ventriloquism. He does some comedy. He does it all. And like Doc said, he doesn't punch in, do a show, and punch out. Tom Durnan is always working the crowd. It's just a great, kind-hearted guy. If you see someone walking around with a balloon hat or a balloon animal, you know that they met Tom Durnan that day. He's usually here either Tuesday night. That's what I did hear, is that he'll be here for the Villa Roma's Got Talent show this upcoming week for week 29. And then, of course, the 2 o'clock show on Wednesday. And he might even stay after. He'll be doing magic. He'll be entertaining the kids, the adults. This guy doesn't stop. If you see Magic Tom anywhere around the resort on Wednesday, you're going to want to stop and say hi. You won't regret it. So that's Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Villa Roma's Got Talent, 9:30, 9 o'clock pre-show. And then we already went through Monday. So that's pretty much the whole schedule right there as far as the talent is concerned. We got a great lineup for week 29. We know how to have fun right at the Villa Roma. Family, friends, and fun is what we're all about. And not only for the entertainment at night, we got some great activities that are going to be returning here at the Villa Roma, Doc. We got live turtle racing by the pool.
Turtle racing you'll see this week. You'll see every week during the summer. Duck racing, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
People are bringing back
tie-dye
their ducks.
T-shirt making on Saturdays.
I got to interject real quick, guys. This is a pretty funny story. Now, we all know Becca, the bartender, right? So Becca, the bartender, I posted 2 weeks ago that was turtle security. So she texts under my post, she goes, wow, I did not believe the turtles were real.
Yeah.
So I asked her about that when I saw her the week after. I go, Becca, why didn't you think the turtles were real? And she had a pretty logical response. Well, the ducks are fake. The horses are fake. So she assumed the turtles were fake as well, not realizing that they actually had real live turtles out there.
Actually, Fred Rubino has a turtle. I'm surprised that hasn't run away. Fred, his turtle is actually like a little bit of a bully turtle. It bullies the other turtles.
It's a Brooklyn turtle. That's what it is. It's from Brooklyn. It's got the attitude. But anyway, so you mentioned Saturday we got the cannoli eating contest. Of course, 16 years and older, we got a great prize for our winner. Of course, every day at 4 o'clock, pretty much the main event for the activity schedule. We got bingo, 4 o'clock every day in the nightclub. And the Oreos are back at Villa Roma. We're up to our elbows in Oreos here.
We'll also have something new, Stephen J., and make sure that you get them trained to do it. The Major League Baseball does it, and also the NBA does it. It's a baby crawl. So any babies that you're bringing up here that crawl will have, crawl to mom or pop. The mom or dad goes down on the other end, and the baby crawls across. Then They have to grab the finish line. And we have a nice certificate for all the baby crawls. So the crawlers.
We got the baby crawl. You don't want to miss it. If you do have a baby and you know that it's a quick one, if you're chasing around the house, you definitely want to enter in on the contest. That'll probably be on Thursday. And the baby crawl, we've done it here before, new this summer, but it's more exciting than it sounds too. We got the outdoor pool.
Pool Olympics we'll have for the kids.
Week 29.
Yeah, Vin Greco will be there and all the family, all the week 29 regulars. So this is what you come to expect, the different activities. You keep what works, and you're not afraid to try some new things as well. And we'll have plenty of pickleball. We have the outdoor courts going. And I just want to mention real quick, Stephen J., mentioning at the top of the show, the new studio. Bobby and myself will be, you can contact either one of us as far as if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to advertise, if you own a business, small business, large business, if you want your logo advertised, we have a whole area for that that has plenty of windows in this space so people can see as they pass by. We'll also be teaching how to podcast, and you can use this to run your podcast and come in and just have a nice studio. It's air conditioned. And have a nice place to just either learn or to hone your craft.
And also on top of that, I'm behind the camera here. If you have an existing show or you want to start a show, we will put you on the ROMA TV network.
That's
as
right.
Well.
And this is how ROMA TV is going to work. We have ROMA TV and radio. So we'll be live streaming, and then we'll be uploading it right, Bobby, to the YouTube channel. So that's ROMA Television. And we'll give you how to get there. We have the logo with the barcode, so you can scan that, so you can just subscribe. It's free. And you can follow along, and you could be following along with ROMA. You could be right here at ROMA from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and we got some great people coming in this week. We got a great studio, a lot of great talent. And like Doc said, we are looking, if you want to advertise, if you own a junk business in Staten Island maybe, if you have a remodeling business, we have some friends in that too. If you want to advertise, get the word out there, you know your ROMA friends and family that might need a service or want to put your product or business out there, this is the place for you. We're all about family and fun here at the ROMA. And we've met some great people with some great businesses that already want to work with us. But if you want to advertise, if you want to sponsor anything here, Bobby, Doc Holliday, you let them know. You know that you get your money's worth for all the social that Doc does and all that Bobby does here at the ROMA. We just got more content that's coming out. We got this studio in the thick of things in the summer. You know that we're going to be putting out more content than really what we need. So any sponsorships, advertisements that you want, we got you guys covered. And Doc already has a whole lot of endorsements too, but never too much.
Never too much. And that's going to bleed right over into this studio. So we're not going to mention names right now, but already people have contacted me and say they want on board with this. And this is going to reach thousands of people. And it's not just the live things, this is podcasting as well. So this is something that you could just watch at any time. That's the beauty of it, is you don't have to watch it live. You could just go see the update or just watch it, or you could get the whole family together and just put it right on your television. That's the power of this. ROMA Television, what a great idea. And already we have, I just want to give a shout out to Ray Solomon from the PBA, and we have the flag proudly hanging right here in the studio as a backdrop. We have a whole section where sports memorabilia and things, and these are the backdrops that you're going to see at the studio. And
also, Doc,
good studio.
Probably next week or so, we can start doing another idea we had, History of ROMA, where families and individuals can come in and sit right here and talk to us about their experience here at Villa Roma throughout the years.
Sort of like a time capsule. So we have you or your family come in here. You want to be interviewed. You could tell us about some of your best experiences here at Villa Roma and things you want to share. And then that'll become part of history. It'll become part of the Villa Roma history. That's neat.
Do you know families that have been coming up here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years?
40 years.
They got plenty of stories to tell. They have a lot of history. Spending 40 summers here at the Villa Roma, you know that they got some fun and interesting stories, and it's kind of a blast from the past and a little nostalgic feeling, really, when you talk about all that stuff. So we got some great content, Doc, as far as the history of Villa Roma, the future of Villa Roma, and what's coming up with this podcast especially. And if you or your family, you're coming up for week 29, listen to us in the car. You're coming up any week, driving up there, and you want to know what's going on this week, Doc Holliday's got you covered. And this is your summer review and your week 29 preview, Doc.
I like it.
All right.
Preview.
Well, we want to thank you guys for checking in with us here at the Villa Roma. That's what's happened this summer, and that's what's going to be happening week 29 and basically the whole summer here at the Villa. We can't wait to see you guys. Every week is a party here at the Villa Roma. It's nonstop. We got you covered everywhere you go. Entertainment for the friends, the family. We got the sun out today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday here at the Villa Roma Resort. We got to get going. We got plenty of activities to do.
We have duck racing coming up, but I just want to mention this real quick. If you have merchandise, if you have merch with your logo on it, you can sponsor an activity. And I can't do every single company that calls me, but the first companies that call me, if you have merchandise that you could give away, that I could give away as prizes here at the Villa Roma, I'll put your company name as, it's like the Sugar Bowl. It used to be called the Sugar Bowl. Now it's the Nokia Sugar Bowl. So it's, I'll say it's the Junk Heroes Trivia. And then Junk Heroes provides a hat or a cooler or whatever they provide. And then I have a stock of these prizes. And then your company name goes right there with Trivia or Family Feud or Name That Tune or Music Major. We'll put your company name right next to that activity on the sheet on the internet for everyone to see. So give me a call. Give Bobby a call. Personal message. You guys got my number here at the Villa Roma. Stephen J. I'm excited about this.
We got a whole lot more great content coming. Bobby Blackjack, Doc Holliday, Stephen J. Thank you for tuning in. That's what's happened this summer. That's what's going to be happening for week 29 and the rest of the summer. Week 29, you're next. We'll see you then.
Yeah.